How's it going, guys? Schemo here. To kick off the channel, I guess I'm going to tell you guys a story about back when I was in high school, and this is actually something I consider to be one of the funnier things I did, or one of the funnier, shenanigans I got up to back in my days. I'm just going to get right into things. Okay, so a buddy and I were standing at the smoke pit right next to our parking lot of our high school. And so basically from there we could see the majority of that side of the school anyway, and there are these two double doors that led into the school that the majority of people actually use to get in and out during break and lunch and that kind of thing. So what happened is, while we were having our smokes, me and my friend noticed a teacher walk outside with a recycling bin, and she propped open these double doors with a couple of garbage cans. So we just thought, oh, she's recycling, does that to, make the job easier on herself, not have to open the doors every single time she walks in the building, right? So we didn't think anything of it. And then, after about 30 seconds, a couple of squirrels noticed that there's a pretty full garbage bins, easily accessible, so they decide to, kind of wander over, and they decide to hop in, right? And so me and my buddy start to realize, hey, we can do something pretty fucking funny here. So we slowly wander over to the garbage bins, and we kind of slowly push them in, not to spook the squirrels. We push them in between these two double doors. I'll put a picture on screen just to explain what's going on right now. But anyway, so we basically closed these squirrels into the two doors. And what happened actually is one squirrel managed to get away when he saw us coming, but the other one we stuck in between these two doors. So in reality it was just one squirrel. And so we had these doors that were facing out were closed, and the doors that were facing in we now opened and knocked over the trash bin, so the squirrel just lightly hopped out. And it was pretty freaked out because it didn't recognize the inside of the school or anything, obviously, and it just started running because we were right behind it, right? So anyway, the squirrel's running down the hallway. It can't really latch onto the ground or anything because of how smooth it was. And it's still speeding, as fast as a squirrel goes. It's hopping along, this thing looked like fucking Tokyo Drift, I'm not even kidding. It was just, popping corners and shit like that, really smoothly and stuff, actually. But it obviously didn't know what it was doing, it didn't know where it was going. So we tried to, avoid, we kind of coaxed it around, tried to avoid having it wander off to a populated area where there'd be teachers or, the, principal's office or anything like that. And we ended up accidentally directing it to our year 9 math teacher's classroom. Now this teacher in particular, had it been any other teacher, they probably would have gotten us in trouble. Not that this teacher's particularly cool or anything, but I just don't think she thinks she has the time to deal with getting us in trouble over something like this. Anyway, so we, as soon as we see the squirrel go into her classroom, we just fucking book it. Like, we know what's gonna go down. This woman in particular is really frantic, like an older Algerian woman, so she's just, insane. And she's ridiculously good at math, don't get me wrong, but she's crazy. And so, as soon as the squirrel wanders in, we fucking hear it. It just bursts. It's just students screaming, it's the teacher fucking screaming, and everything's just going to shit, right? So me and my friend are thinking, holy fuck, this is so funny, but at the same time, we're getting in so much trouble for this. Like, there's no way we're gonna get away from this. The cameras are gonna catch us or something. So anyway, we decide to run outside right away instinctively, and that's when my friend realizes that, the classroom has a window to it, so we can probably see what's going on without looking too suspicious. So we line ourselves up with this window right outside of the classroom, and we see what's going on. There's a janitor that wanders in, they close the door, and they open the window that we're standing outside of, and we're trying not to look too suspicious or anything, right? So we're kind of wandering around, kicking stuff over, and eventually the janitor cornered the thing and kind of shoved it out the window, and the thing just freaked out, saw us again, freaked out, and just booked it and made it into a tree or some shit. And the janitor locked eyes with us and obviously didn't know what was going on, so we just walked off and, literally proceeded to tell everybody while dying. And nothing ever really happened, like nobody got in trouble, and that was pretty much it. But anyway, guys, so that was a pretty funny high school story. I really enjoy that one, and I like telling it a lot. But peace, guys.
I got a Glock in my Rari, 17 shots, I'm like, yeah, she's mine. Wonder when she'll be mine. She walk past like praise, rewind, and see that as mine.